All right, folks. The action is starting from the outset. So we are on East Woods Skirmish. It's the first map in the Antietam
Guys, go around
map
the
pack.
fence. It's quicker than jumping.
It's a Union attacking map. It is one of those maps where only the attackers have artillery. We have 250 to start off with. You can see the officers very quickly. Maybe not every company has them, but you have a lot of folks who are fairly common, but some others who I don't know. It's an interesting map because the Union have only 3 companies because one of them have sharps. And so that puts the defenders at the respawn or flag advantage.
You can up and over here. You can up and over right here, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Right here, gentlemen. Up and over.
So
right
we
here.
are at the right side boundary. Well, you can tell because we're timing out. And what the Union is going to try to do is try to push all the way down to that juncture in the corn. And the name of the game for the Union on this map is frequently trying to get into the corn. Once you're in the corn, you can get into the woods. Once you're in the woods, you can do a whole bunch of melee. You can also kind of pocket off your flags here, and they can just respawn everybody. Man, the Union got just about everybody they could have wanted in there. So that was very nicely done. They got to be happy with that start.
Okay, we're going in now. We're going in. Up and over, everyone. Up and over.
Yeah, since everybody kind of starts spawned, the Union got 2 companies here. I assume the Sharps company is out in the field, and man, the CSA overcommitted to that. I just want to zoom over there real quick. That's all 4 flags concentrated against, the Sharps got chewed up, but it's a small company to begin with, and I think they were a diversion, and the Union, they were pedal to the metal from the beginning. Now the Union's doing something, we'll see how it goes. They're bringing the flag in. They're thinking maybe if they get wiped, they're on the border, just run the flag out of bounds and have it die over here. So flag management is always crucial. The next map in this map pack, Hooker's Push, it will especially be so for the Union. You can hear John Brown, not the John Brown, but the John Brown in War of Rights. I think he's now John Brown's body pillow. But anyways, he's one that's leading. Man, that looked pretty cool. John Brown keeps his boys moving. You will get your digital cardio in with him. If he can find a flank, he will.
Guys, we're gonna move. Everyone, let me out. I'm stuck in the formation.
Well,
I can't get out.
He moves the guys when his men let him out. All right. So the Union here, they're really hugging that boundary.
With me now. With me now. With me now, gentlemen. With me now.
I believe that's normal person. Yeah, it is.
I actually don't know if we can charge this. I don't know if we can charge this.
All right. And so these are the 2 monster Union companies, right? 42 and 43. And not only that, they have 1842s. So this is one where the Union actually gets buck and ball in abundance. It's a very interesting small arms package for the Union. Relatively small number of Sharps, big number of buck and ball. Buck and ball wants to be at 50 yards or less. You go to the corn, you go to the woods. It's 50 yards or less most of the time. And so Union has to be very pleased with this. Because attackers are going to have more tickets. Any sort of melee where you... It's hard to have skill at melee, but you kind of assume that tickets are pretty even.
Perfect.
And so 50-50 melee helps attackers more because they have the tickets to do it. Let's see, where are we on tickets? Oh. Those Sharps must be getting chewed up because the majority of the 2 companies, they have not taken bad engagements. They haven't taken that many engagements.
Okay, guys, move up right now. Move up right now. Move up. You can't mess up.
Is that a red flag over there? That is a red flag over there.
Fire, pull back.
He says you can't miss him, but
Fire, pull back, pull back.
you've never seen me shoot. I could find a way. I could find a way with canister to miss at that range. But anyways, that's why I'm up here. Oh, is that the CSA? No, that was the Union. There was a red flag, I swear. The one that got picked up.
You guys gotta make sure you're loading bunk and ball.
I'd hate to miss what I think is the main action for the... what should be the sideshow. Right? The sideshow should be Krabby's group. You got some experienced folks there. You got a lot of experienced folks there. So they should know how to regulate. I don't know where the ticket issue is. You could just have Rambos running off, but I don't see that from the Union. Stay tuned. I'm kind of waiting for the CSA to realize what's up and group up and attack. But you know what? If you're the CSA and you see the ticket trade, you're probably like, well, whatever we're doing is working, so let's keep it up. CSA is playing real deep on their side. Real deep. That was a great shot. What is going on with the lighting there?
If you come back in, guys, just make sure you're in. Right here, right here.
I think I actually read the issue can be improved. I think if you try to up the global illumination, the problem is that it's extremely graphics intensive, and we'd have to turn a lot of other stuff down to do that.
Come around right, come around, my guys, come around right. My guys, come around right, come around right.
Union with the obligatory drummer to tell the other side where they are at all times in case there was ever any doubt. But, you know, the blue flag, the red flag, it was worth it to knock that flag down in formation to die out of line. It's worth it. Tell yourself that. I mean, if your whole company or companies are charging them, all right, fine, knock the flag down. Maybe the other side forgets to pick it up and you knock it down. But, you know, going for a 1v6 melee just to knock the enemy flag down for 3 seconds. Yeah, I kind of feel that.
Kill these Rambos and pull back.
Yep, that's why you want to get in the woods, because you gobble up those pockets of self-appointed Rambos, other folks who spawned and don't know where their company is or what their T button does.
All right, guys, back where we came.
This guy, nobody realizes that this guy is just he might actually get most of his tickets back. I don't know. Well, you know, if the Union capped, it's not the end of the world because they're slightly behind on tickets. I don't know how, man. A lot of these Union guys just seem oblivious to when they have gray clad in their ranks and are stabbing them. I've seen it too often. That, I think, is a different case, but we do have Rambo Wars up there. I see a lot of Shiv 2 like action where now this is not both Union companies. Yeah, a CSA flag is down there, but there are still 2 CSA companies back here. I think Dirty Dan had a giant group. He does. He has a 46-man group. He's looking, I think, to cut off. I don't know what happened to that other Union company. Maybe they got wiped over here. And remember, any arty shot is coming from the Union. Oh, they're not able to get their other.
Form up here, turn around.
Wow, that Union guy stabbed him first and still died. It is a bad melee night for the Union. Not that I would think that that's the key on this map, but yeah, the Union and the CSA here are very close to one another. That's the CSA flag that despawned.
Kill this guy.
I guess we could take a look at these two CSA companies who are kind of between the Union. Not separating them from one another, but they are like ships passing in a night, except the CSA aren't moving, so it doesn't really work. Man, if somebody had a left alt key for the Confederates, they would have just cut off John Brown's group, knocked their flag down, and basically taken that company out of the fight. But as it is, CSA's got to be happy with where they are on tickets. They got to be happy that they got one of the two big Union companies flag down. And this feels bad for the Union that now you have to pull out and reset. It can be a real... Oh, so I guess the Union did early cap. The Union's got like 50-60% left of engaged. The CSA's got about 60-70% left of engaged. So it's close here with 34 minutes on the black timer. But yeah, the Union now has to cross either this open field, which they got through basically cost-free last time, or this one. Now, that flag, I don't know if that's the... I think that this is the Sharps group. This is a fine place for them as long as they don't get flanked on the left. But this is a good range for the Sharps.
Just shoot these guys. Don't worry about it. We're close enough to assist and shoot their side. Yeah, you just gotta sit. Honestly, it is nice.
Is that all? Oh, this is Union up here as well. Is this the remnants of John Brown's group? And maybe they took... Maybe this is the group without a flag. And they're just up here to protect the Sharps for a while so they can do something. CSA is using the backside of this hill, right? If you can't hold the fence, you can hold the hill. The hill will certainly catch bullets better than the fence. All right, the Union's bringing John Brown's flag over here. The Sharps are getting charged. I don't know if they're getting... I don't think they're going to get charged out. No, that was a... All right, maybe now with reinforcements, the CSA can do it. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And now, these are the 1842s for the Union. And so we're about to come to the edge of this map. I think it's this bush that is kind of the marker of in-out. Kind of. It's on an odd angle. But here again, if the Union, if it gets too bad, they can just tell their flags run out of bounds if you can't get out. But it makes it very hard for the CSA to hang out over here and shoot them in the side for a while. And it looks like the Sharps are going to push the fence. Usually when the Union's able to do this, they have a good ticket trade. But somebody keyed the CSA in that their pointy sticks also shoot bullets, and they are doing some very nice work with that. It seems like they've thinned out the Union enough on the Union right, CSA left, that they're now going to move down the fence and collapse on... Yeah, this is not all three companies. That's the third company. So it was Sharp... Alright, I got my American flags mixed up. It was the Sharps and one of the 42 companies. The other 42 company that lost their flag is about to get back in the fight. Union's going to want to go ahead and get that flag out. I don't know that... Okay, they got it on this side of the fence. They have a good chance to do that. The thing is, they've taken so many... Wow. You can see how dominant that position was. They got to pull those flags out. This is not going to go well for the Union. This is a very spread out charge. And what I was going to say is that even though they have their flags up, and so that would allow them to have all 3 spawning people in, they've taken so many more casualties because they were outnumbered that the CSA should always be throwing more lead at them. I don't know if the rate of fire of the Sharps and the
Kill as many as you can, boys.
unique characteristics of the 1842 will be enough to make up for all of that. Maybe.
Oh my god, we're still holding. Keep killing, keep killing, keep killing.
Yeah, usually it's the CSA, as soon as you can shut this down, you want to. Yeah, the CSA is thick up here. I'm not sure. I mean, Union already is not making itself felt at.
Let's go, Georgia A.
Interesting. They're gonna pull back.
Someone who doesn't have Skynet muted, tell him I'm going back corn.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like the Union's now fallen a little bit further behind the Union. I think it's that same company. Oh, guys, a half dozen of you are not going to be enough. The CSA do not want you to get that flag up. And on this side...
Maybe we're a little premature running our flags out because we're actually somewhat down here.
Well, the thing is, now everybody in that group is probably out of formation and is going to die that way. But yeah, whoever took that flag back into the middle of that field rather than keeping it on... Actually, no, that was a different group, so... Getting myself a little mixed up. Alright, so the Union's going to stream in. I mean, lucky for them, they are here at spawn. Some group is deciding to go right. Wow! The CSA let them get that flag out. That guy has his PF flyers on. Go Krog. He ran faster and jumped higher. Doing his best Benny the Jet Rodriguez impression. Alright. We'll see what's going on over here. I'm a little interested. Now that star is the artillery officer. I'm certain. Oh, and the CSA is now pulled to the back side of the corn. Alright, so if it's Krabby's group, that means it's the Sharps. Yes, thank you, drummer. Yeah, I'm a little surprised. We just... Maybe I'm missing them. I'm almost certainly missing the artillery shots, but a lot of times they'll just aim... You can see for that tree right there, and they'll just aim to airburst it right over the top of it. I think you could probably get the angle to break the fence. I've seen it broken in a number of parts there before, so... Maybe it's something else. I don't know. So this is Krabby's group up here at this juncture. They're not far from point. They don't need to be on it. Yeah, Union has now fallen behind. And they're about. This group is about to lose its flag if it doesn't get running. Okay, it gets running. However, it has no escort. Oh, do not stop and look. Momentum is a thing. And you got... I would love to know who shot that guy. I would laugh if it was a friendly that did it.
Wait, can I reload?
But, yeah. Alright, Union's got big old numbers. We're going to go on board with this and see how it goes. Yeah, Union's going to try to recover this flag here. I'm not sure. Who are they all shooting at? I see like a few Union guys up there. Maybe it's several. Oh, they're up on the fence trying to shoot down here. That's some long-range shooting, friend. Well, the Union does have... Oh my goodness, they are really falling behind now. Union's about to go breaking. They are not far from it. CSA is not that close to breaking. They're about 50% through taking losses. Union already has spent some time getting themselves set up. We'll see now if there's a dividend to play. If maybe they can plink some tickets off the CSA and try to draw this even. It's an asset the attackers have that the defenders don't have. But at this point, my goodness, man. That looked much better. I don't know if that was actual destruction, or if that was just the animation. That was a... that was funny. It looked like it did the destruction animation in the middle of the field. Maybe it didn't. It's just my old man eyes. But that other one that went through here looked like it actually knocked out, because you can now knock out parts of the snake fence. But yeah, while the Union's regrouping, we might as well see what their artillery does, if anything. But what I was saying is that this close to breaking, the Union doesn't have the tickets for that many more charges before they go final push.
Alright, let's go, boys. Let's go. Everybody go. Everybody go.
Yeah, looks like the Union is mostly in that camp. One group on the road, two going. The CSA far left, kind of how the game began, but now we're seeing it from the CSA's perspective. The difference is that this time there's actually CSA who are all around to shoot into that Union group, so they will not be as big when they arrive. Now, Krabby Roots group was there to try to reduce that flanking fire, and I think they did a good job of it. And overall, I think the Union's got to be pretty happy that they made it through that field with relatively light casualties. They have some more stragglers who are joining them now. Now they just need to kind of get big, get together, hopefully corral any would-be Rambos and get them to move with the group. Right? Rambos wouldn't be Rambos if only their timing was better, right? And so if you can get them all then to kind of wave charge the CSA, maybe the Union can pull this out at the end. The Union has a habit on so many maps of looking down and out, and then it ends up being a razor close win or loss. So we'll see which one it is. I'm not sure the CSA is giving them that many good targets. They certainly have some down here, and it looks like Krabby's taking out a number of folks. He's got the finger guns out. Those fingers are loaded. It's really funny in the Sharps group, because the Sharps, like the pistols, also don't render in until you get pretty close. And so they look they look like they're pretending to fight. Alright, so yeah, these actually are, I'm pretty sure they're both, they should be the 42 groups, and that flag should have been the 42. And of course they, or the Sharps group, I'm sorry. Because you see the bucktails, right? You can tell by the hats. And yep, sure enough, all that person did was run their flag up for it to get killed. It's got to be frustrating.
I know, it's so loud.
And Union hasn't for sure lost. I have no idea. Is Union artillery hitting over here? I get so focused on the infantry thing, but that is not a good charge. Why isn't it a good charge? Look at the tail. Look at where the beginning of it is, and look at where the end of it is, and also look that there's a bunch of people who didn't join it. They had to go through a lot of open field. You can see very few of them made it here. The CSA killed a bunch of guys without losing very much in return. That's rough for the Union, who's already down on tickets, even if attackers have more of them. Unless that was all an investment in getting that flag back. In which case, okay, that makes sense.
Will not give it up.
CSA is about to go breaking, and so pretty much from here on out, if the Union from here on out, if the Union caps, they're gonna win. Yeah, well, John Brown leads his men, and that means the other side usually aims for him, but that means he should also be one of the first that spawn back in. They have 2 CSA. Yeah, those look like some big CSA companies back there. The Union might have thought this went well, and it did, on the front end. And you can see the CSA lining up back there. Union already... Yeah, look at... There's going to be a bunch of out-of-formation people here as they kind of comes in 1s and 2s. Get their loads, get their bayonets. Wow, that was a ragdoll with that flag kill. Union's got to feel a little bit better about this. Union artillery.
My guys, keep running up, run up, run up, run up.
I mean, it's a meme at this point, right? Alright. It's although, you know, maybe they didn't miss. Maybe they were aiming for small. Yeah, so this is the old thing where, you know, when the other side charges in, you let them go as the other company, and then you just come in the backside and kill them. Union are going to take some out-of-formation deaths here. They've also lost their flag. They have time. If CSA lost the flag, I don't know how much that matters. Union's getting a little broad here. You can see this CSA group is not messing around. They got their numbers. We know there's other CSA down in the corner there. Bunch of CSA running in from spawn. CSA recovered their flag in the distance.
Yeah, 2 steps back, boys.
Oh, you can also hide behind the lead wall. Remember? You guys keep shooting through that lead wall out. And now the CSA looks like they're coming up to maybe sweep the Union group up there.
Don't be afraid, boys. They can't aim.
It will be devastating for the Union if they get wiped, lose more flags, and then go final push. As it stands...
Defense is not helping us either. We're dying more than we're killing them.
Yeah, well, when a third of your... It's really more than a third of your group. Because the other 1842 group... Actually, I don't know whose flag is that. I don't know if it's Krabby's or if it's the other 1842. Alright, that CSA group is... This is the classic both sides are retreating. Leaving the battlefield to no one. Yeah. Those are rocks. They can be a trap. I know it feels nice because it's like, oh, we're close to the enemy. We can shoot them. And we have some good cover. That's true, but you got to have the road. We'll go on board for this Union charge. And I was going to say the high ground. You didn't have to be happy that CSA hung out there so long. You could tell there's a bunch of CSA back there. Oh my goodness, the CSA still has 60% left of breaking as the Union goes final push. And those Union flags, it makes sense to pull back because, right, you don't want to spawn people immediately into a melee. running in piecemeal probably ain't gonna do too much. I'll go off to the side and see if Union already does anything here. I still want to see what Union's already's number. They had 14 guys on a team of 142. It's a little bit more than 10% of the force, and I don't know what it was mid-map. That looked, yeah, that knocked down a lot of dudes. That was a good shot. I don't know where the Union is trying to build up. They seem to be dying about as fast as they're coming in off this flag. So the actual numbers they're getting are coming from spawn. And the CSA knows they have the tickets. They're pretty sure they have the time. I don't know if they'll do a victory countercharge here, but that's canister. That looked pretty promising. Union's got to get a crucial mass that they can get into the melee and continue it, and then just keep spawning people in on those flags and keep sending them in. But with the CSA able to respawn on 4 flags, the Union only on 3, it's closer to CSA main. It's probably not a winning trade. And the fact that the CSA gets to shoot the Union as they come in, it's going to be rough. There's a minute left. The CSA might hit last stand at the very end. There's a lot of Union here who are sitting back and shooting in those rocks. There's people coming in from Maine. I get that. And you can see this is the CSA knowing they just have to keep the Union away from the point. Keep them spawning on flag. Union's charging far side. I don't think too much is going to happen with that. That is a big old charge. Look at it. They may be sending them back across, I was going to say across the Potomac. Right, we're at Antietam, right? So, all right, let's get the final numbers. Get out of here. That was pretty close. That was pretty close up until maybe the last third or so. CSA started up kind of inexplicably. That guy really looked like Jason Momoa there. Actually, like 2 of them did. Anyways, then Union pulled it back, got slightly ahead, and then just the bottom gave out for the Union attack there in the last third. But yeah, that map certainly was an interesting one. I mean, the outer lines are rough. The skirmishing, yeah. Yeah, all right. I think the casualties tell a large chunk of that story, so I enjoyed that one. I hope you did too, and I hope to have you back for the next one.